John Longcroft-Neal here. I've done a video already about colour in photography, and this is going to be on the subject of texture. Texture, the surface quality. I've got this stone, I've got a number of stones here in my study. The surface texture here is it's smooth. It might be rough, it might be knobbly, it might be gnarled, it might be any sort of thing, but to make that a point of the photography, I think it's very useful, particularly when you've got a contrast of textures, smooth against rough or whatever. I think very good technique. Let's dig into it. Before I start, I must say that these examples I've got of texture also contain other elements. This one's got line in it and shapes. So let's just focus on the one that we're looking at now, which is texture. And this, of course, is shiny. And if you look at any mechanical objects, they're often shiny and metallic. One of my former signwriting venues was a cafe, and a local motorbike group used to meet there with fascinating motorbikes, all shiny, and many of them quite old as well, but beautiful textures to be seen. There again, rusty metal can produce the most wonderful textures of roughness and beautiful subtle colours as well. Of course, Mother Nature can produce the most wonderful textures, as these pebbles and stones on a beach are clearly showing. I can and have spent many hours on a beach arranging the stones and photographing them. But contrast is a theme I'll refer back to many times in this video. Textures, one against the other, in some sort of a contrast, smooth against rough or whatever. I think it's very effective. So here we've got this well-worn feather set against the smooth stones. And again, this fragment of rope among the stones just stands out rather nicely, I think. Now, when it comes to old buildings, you've got plenty of textural delights. The wood, the bricks, the old materials, absolutely fantastic, all weathered and looking great. This fortification in Guernsey, in the Channel Isles, looks really sinister, and I think the texture of the concrete and the growth on it just adds to its awfulness, really. Yeah, I quite like it. And then you have really old weathered stone of these ancient buildings, which look just terrific against the blue sky and the green grass. Now, there are other visual elements which are very similar to texture, such as pattern and line, and they can overlap a great deal, but I'll talk more about line and pattern in detail in a while. So in conclusion, can I just present you one or two photos here that I've taken recently, which might suggest the idea of texture was a feature in them. Well, thanks for watching so far. Now is the point in the video when we have to talk about subscribing and hitting the notification bell. Well, no, don't subscribe, don't hit that bell. We've got 300 followers now. Previously in the other channel I had 16,000, which was great, but you know, I can only take so many comments, and I love to read them and I love to respond to them. If we have too many, what can I do? There are other people with thousands of commentators and thousands of followers, and they simply say, I can't even read them. Well, that makes it a bit pointless. And discreet little videos, discreet little group, a nice little gang, let's stick with it. Right, including people like Jane, who lives locally. I know Jane. There's also Juan, he lives somewhere in Spain, or where they speak Spanish. There's Robert, who's local as well. There's Ludwig from Austria. Hello, Ludwig. Sisyphus in San Diego. There's Paul in Australia. Jim in North Carolina. And locally, somebody called Mr. Creosote. I think they're banned Creosote now, by the way. Anyway, don't take offence. That's what I did there. Right, okay, thanks for watching. If you've got any suggestions for future videos from all the stuff that I do, please suggest, because I'm always looking for new things to do. Keeps me busy. I've got time on my hands. Let's do it. Okay? See you next time. Okay, bye-bye.